Well, actually, this is as real as it gets.
This is Nash Gruner, the son of Olivia Gruner, and you are listening to the UCW Radio Show. In your face.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're listening to UCW Radio.
In your face.
Give it to me, baby.
All right, welcome to the UCW Radio Show, and I want to thank you for tuning in. As you know, for the past decade, we've been bringing on motivational, inspirational, great people on the show, and today's no different. This is his second appearance on the UCW Radio Show. He kind of shunned me for the last few years, but now we're back in action. He was one of the head guys for the Denver Nuggets, and now he's doing stuff in Colorado with Panorama. And I'm going to bring him on and his whole family. Good one. All right, so let's bring on the Hesses. What's going on, guys?
What's up? How you doing, my guy?
Good. We have everybody now. Everybody. And Jordan's in the ranks. So we're going to bring.
Where is he? Jordan.
Oh, you can't. He's here. He's here. You just can't see him. Can you see him now? Jordan's here. You see him? I did. I did. So now what we're going to do, I'm going to start with you guys, and we're going to bring Jordan on to talk about what he's doing. You know, Steve, look, you've been through a lot of stuff, and where you are right now is due in part, and in my opinion, a big part, to the woman that's standing to your left, okay, Alicia. All right, so tell me how that journey happened and how it impacted your life for the better.
So, yeah, I'll go right back to the beginning. I was driving down the road. She saw me at a stop sign, opened my door, begged me, "You're the most gorgeous human." No. The truth is, Alicia, you know, she's been with me from the beginning. I moved to the States. I was in Colorado doing continued work. That's where we met. She came back with me to Ithaca, where I got my master's degree. She's a solid, ethical rock who doesn't listen to my shit. When we sink into dark situation, she pulls it out and says, "Nut up, big fella." Just a solid, unbelievable human being, which I've been lucky to spend 27 married years with. And I know I got that right. And you can even get my anniversary.
Oh, you can't get that wrong. You'd have a lot of problems.
No, I have been for the last 27 years. So we are good right now. But again, a huge part of my life, and I'm a huge believer, and I'm reiterate this from beginning, middle to end. We do nothing alone. I got a tight squad. My wife is exceptional. My oldest son, Jordan, absolute rock star. Corey, the same. We don't always get it right, but we had a try. We really, really do.
Well, and everything starts with the core, which is you guys. You know, you guys set the stage. But, you know, the thing is, I say more so your wife because, look, you when you were starting out, when you went to school and everything, you had a lot of choices you had to make. You sacrificed. Before you met Alicia, you sacrificed in your life to achieve what you wanted to achieve. Okay, it couldn't have been easy.
So here's the thing. So like with sacrifice, there's still some selfishness. Uh-huh. So I'm like, this is the road I'm going on. I told my dad I'm going to get a degree in America and then become a trainer. And he said, "You're on drugs." I'm like, "What do you mean? You're going to make no money, my dude. Why would you go spend this amount of money to go to university, then become a trainer?" I said, "Dad, I got this." So I was nuts on that occurring. Got my undergraduate degree, went to Colorado, knew no one, met Alicia. "Lish, will you marry me? And by the way, I'm going back to get my master's, the coldest place on earth. Will you come with me?" She's like, "Sure." Her parents say to her, "Are you on drugs?" My parents say to me, "Are you on drugs?" She looks at me when we get to Ithaca. "Where are we living? Don't know. Where are we working? Don't know." And that's when she said, "I must be on drugs." But that all being said, within that, she somehow stayed with me. We found a spot, had no money. I got this graduate assistantship Alicia got a job at a health club, and we sacrificed for everything we ever wanted. So we came to understand we can get anything as long as we sacrifice. But here's the thing, it was my journey, and she rocked with me on my journey selflessly. So we get to where we want to go, and we're like, yeah, I'm a rock star. So in my head, I may be, but with the people sacrificing behind you, if they're not with you, you're done. So the driver.
But that's why I love her so much, because I know what she has done in your life. You know, we know each other for a little bit. Okay, so I know what she's done and how things are right now. Because if you didn't have that foundation, it would be hard to enjoy and actually have the success that you've had. It might.
Look, I'm gonna give you another example with Alicia. She's the dog whisperer. They are the true judge of characters.
I know. Did you heal up?
Look, whatever dog comes here, they will not. They locked into her. So what I'm saying is, we all go to her. She's the person we go to when it gets tough. Kind of helps lock it in. But then we all discuss through the situations. But don't get it swayed. She's the key to the lock that keeps our family together, 100%. And we all like to say we could have done it alone, but I know we couldn't have.
Well,
see, he's not bored. He's just trying to look cool.
Oh no, we're gonna get to Corey and Jordan in a second. I wanna get Alicia's take, on this journey, because again, from inception to where you are right now, you had peaks and valleys, ups and downs, and with Steve being on the road a lot with the Nuggets, for him, and to him coming home and actually having stability, it's a big change. He was on the road a lot of years. So how did you pull that together? This is what people want to know. You're giving relationship advice now, let me tell you.
Drugs. That's how I pulled it together. No, I'm kidding.
A few mushrooms here and there? I don't know. You're in Colorado. I don't know what's going on over there.
No, I think just because so stepping back, I was brought up with a family unit, and that was my mom pushed a family unit, and we would all eat dinner together, and it was extremely important to her. So that's all I knew. So moving forward, once I got married and once I had kids, I was trying to push the same thing, because that's the eyes that I was looking out of. Even though Steve was traveling all the time, it didn't matter, because we were still a family, whether he was here or someplace else. And, at night, as long as within a time change, it wasn't too late or he was at a game, we would always make sure that either he called the kids to say goodnight or the kids called him to say goodnight, even if it was a message, just to kind of keep everybody on the same page and everybody together as that unit. So I just think that actually was our foundation from the beginning, moving forward to today, just a family unit.
And I think that's so important, to have that foundation that you develop, because, Steve being on the road, doing his thing, and you being there, somebody had to go and take the kids and give them that stability.
Right. And again, Steve worked so hard. He worked so hard when he was with the Nuggets and had such a crazy schedule. And, I feel that everybody thinks it's such a glamorous life. And I feel it was quite opposite. He grinded all the time. And so with him working so hard, he allowed me to be able to stay home with the kids and be there for the kids and be the foundation for the kids when he was not always able to be here with us. And I think that is extremely important. I'm really, really lucky, because I was able to go through so much with the kids and see all the things, whether it's their first step, their first little play at school, whatever it is that maybe Steve wasn't able to see. I was able to do that. And if I was trying to hold down a job and raise the kids and manage Steve's travel schedule and everything else, I don't think I could have done it. I think it would have been complete chaos. So I can say whatever I want to say, but it still came from Steve working so hard to allow me to stay home with the boys. And I will always, I think that was really important. And I will always be forever indebted to him to allow me to do that.
Oh, his head is going like this. Papa, papa. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is a scary picture. But seriously, when you've always supported Steve with whatever he did, and a lot of people don't know this, and those that don't know it, they should know it. You are the prep queen, okay, for your husband, for your kids, and you've been doing this for a long time. Look at him now. He's competed. You just won a competition recently, Yeah. And that's where that picture comes from. You scared the crap out of everybody. They're like, "Oh my God, just give him the trophy, get him out of here." So that. How did you get into doing the meal preps for him?
Well, when we first got together and we were back in Ithaca, I'll never forget this. He was trying to cook something on the stove, and first of all, I'm not a chef at all. And
still not.
No. And I'm cool with that. And I will admit it. All right, fellas. But I had never really cooked in my life. My mom always did that for me at college. I managed. So he was trying to cook ground turkey on the stove, and he was trying to get to class. And it was my off day. So he said, "Would you mind finishing this?" So I was like, "Sure." So from that day forward, I started doing his meals, and it has definitely been a journey. It has not always been pretty. They don't always taste great, but I started so long ago, and he's always eaten like this, and he has always been on like a 6-meal plus meal plan, where you're managing the carbs, you're managing the amount of protein, you're managing everything. And so that's the only way I know how to really prep and cook. And it's funny when we have people over for dinner, we can have 12 people over and I've got it because I'm so used to making mass quantities of food. As I said, it doesn't always taste great, but it's clean and it's healthy.
So I do want to say this to all the guys up there. That was a unique way of having your wife take over cooking.
Look at that.
Your own way, because the cat's out the bag. So when you bent over there, "Oh, honey, I'm so late for class. Let me just show you how. Good luck. You have an instinct the way I have.
Yeah.
20 years." So
that's kind of like getting your kids to clean the dishes and they don't clean them too well. You're like, "Oh, forget. Don't even bother with it." But the meal prep, all that stuff trickled down to your kids. So Corey, tell me, how does that work for you? Do you dig your mother's cooking?
Corey,
you better be nice.
No. My mom's been great with the meals since I've always tried to eat healthy and kind of be on my dad's diet too, just to go with my athletics. But I since I've grown up, I've been starting to cook my own steaks. Let's just say for dinner.
But that's the only thing.
Just to add a little bit of seasoning. But no, she's been great. She's always, any day I have a long day and I'm out, she's cooking me meals and she's helping me out too. So I'm super lucky. I'm super blessed because she does a great job for my dad and me.
And you're still in high school, right?
No, I'm actually at DU now. I'm a freshman at DU.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! Oh Lord! Yeah, we're gonna bring on Jordan because I got to hear what Jordan has to say about Mama's cooking. Jordan, tell me.
Excuse me. She taught me everything that I know, and that's Easy Mac and chicken and rice.
The college buffet. Okay, I got you.
Oh, yeah, college buffet. Oh, yeah.
She prepped you for college. So yeah. Let me hear a little bit about you. You're at university now?
Yes, sir. I'm a senior at Colorado State.
Nice. And what are you taking up?
I'm agricultural business and economics, so definitely a little bit of a
Yeah, I think that's what the Omen was involved in, Damien. But anyway, so all right. So seeing, and I'm going to keep Jordan on for a little bit. Jordan, seeing how your parents are, did that have a major impact on your life?
Oh, most definitely. I think it's kind of one of those things. It has to be something with the Hesses, where their dads are like, "Oh, you would be perfect for this," and we look at that. And you know what? I want a different challenge. So when I told my dad about agricultural business and economics and how I wanted to do that, he looked at me and he was like, "Why? Really?" I was like, "Yeah, really." And well, what made you want to do this? I'm like, I don't know. This is far away from what you do.
Right.
And I think it's really, really cool. But
that's your father, probably. He needs to stop. He needs to stop trying to stop you from talking. He needs to stop this.
Shut up.
Yeah.
But most definitely, it's always been this family unit, as echoed before. So beyond like the whole Maverick headspace that I've always kind of been in growing up, it's really, really cool to see my two parents and they still love each other and life is good, and it's nice. It gives me something to strive for, and it kind of it's given me a foundation, but it's also given me fundamentals of what I want when I want to start my life. So it's definitely, it's very cool. They're very good people, and I always laugh too, because I apparently am considered a little bit of a character, and I'm like, oh, you got to meet my parents. Like, I don't think a single one of us family is like not a character.
Yeah. Well, I want to bring them back. So just hang on with it, Jordan. I want to bring them back. So your son Jordan's a character. Okay, and you probably didn't hear what was happening.
Well, that's what scares me.
No, don't dare. Well, because he had a lot of good things to say about you. Okay, so it's interesting how you raise your kids. Okay, and you're the bow. They're the arrow. You pointed at that bullseye. You try to hit it. Sometimes the wind pushes it this way, that way. You're fortunate. You have two great kids that are doing great things. And Corey, tell me, how do you feel? You seeing your parents how they are? How did that impact you?
It's had a big impact on me. Just who they are as people, both of them, and then their relationship. Because they're pretty different. I have my dad who's going all the time, screaming, yelling, just like everyone's probably seen. So that's kind of showed me how to be a leader vocally. While my mom, on the other hand, she's a lover, and she may not be as loud as my dad, but she supports me and supports everyone just as much. So I seen two different ways to do it. So I learned from both of them how to go and take situations, and then just seeing them together, just seeing how they work so well together, and how they're doing it together as a unit. And how they're on such a routine, that's what I want when I'm older, how it to be just like this. Right. So just as people in their relationship, it's motivated me and inspired me.
And you're in university now. How's that working out with the pandemic?
It's different. It is. We're pretty much going all online. We were doing half and half, but now we're pretty much going all online. Then we have practice in the morning right now, but we have like a 3-hour, 4-hour block we can practice every day. We have to get COVID tests one time a week.
Okay.
It's definitely different. It's definitely crazy. It's just a different experience, but I love it. So I'm going there. I'm playing basketball, so I can't complain.
Yeah, and I just want to talk about one more thing about your basketball. You grew up seeing your father with the Nuggets. You grew up with guys that are like 12 feet tall. Okay, right. And when you were playing ball, and I remember this, you got hurt. Okay, when that happened, what was your immediate reaction?
So when I got injured, it was my junior year, and I felt like I was playing the best basketball that I was at the time, So that it hurt. It did. So because I tore my ACL, now I'm out 9 months to 10 months.
And you were missing that one season that you had recruiters looking, and they couldn't look at you because you couldn't play.
Right. So mentally, like it was tough at the beginning, but my dad and I and my mom, we all sat down, we had a conversation, and it wasn't gonna define me. So they were my number one support system, and my brother was. So pretty much after the first couple days, my dad woke me up at 4:30, and it was just trying to get back and trying to get better now. So it was a different mindset, but it was just another obstacle we had to jump over, and we jumped over a ton of obstacles. So it's just another thing we had to go over, and we're gonna excel from this injury, and we're gonna become a better person, and I was gonna become a better basketball player from it. So then the day it sucked during the situation. Mm-hmm. But I feel like I learned a lot from it, and I'm in a great situation now. So all it did was teach me and let me become better.
But did you think about quitting when that happened?
No, not at all.
That wasn't even a thought in your head. It was like, okay, got this injury. You know what? I'm a product of my mom and my dad, and we're warriors, and this is just a bump in the road. We'll get through it.
Yeah, all it was never a sense of quitting. All it was is how am I going to bounce back from this? And we just had to come up with a plan, how we're going to do it, and how we're going to bounce back so I can become even better. But I love this game way too much to ever quit. And my parents always told me to never quit. So that wasn't even an option.
Okay. And you just upgraded. You went from one school and you just went into another school recently, right?
Yeah. So I just graduated from Arapahoe. And I was planning to take a postgrad year at a school in Boston, but a great opportunity presented itself with Coach Billups and the University of Denver. So I ended up going there. So it all worked out perfectly.
Okay, good. And you stay home. You get to go and harass your father a little bit and get him going so he smiles. All right, I'm going to, Steve, Alicia, how do you feel about your sons? I'm assuming that, it's overwhelming pride on your end.
So I'm going to go. So here's the thing. I'm going to give you conceptions and misconceptions. Some people are under the misconception that fame or whatever that is important, or pictures oftentimes look a lot different than they are. So I'm going to tell you this from my heart. The happiness I've been able to achieve from spending a little more time with my family at this point has exceeded anything I've ever done or been a part of ever in my life. To see what they've accomplished, largely a little bit separate from me because I haven't been around all the time, and the men that they've become. I'm looking at Jordan again. He's been through tough situations, shooting at Arapahoe, goes to Colorado State University, locks into my wife. They don't put a lot of stress on me, which is crazy. They could get through a lot of stuff. He chooses an unbelievable major in agricultural business. He's going to be a CEO. His vision, his intent, and his IQ, ridiculous. They get through things. They find ways. So when I'm losing my shit, about to break my computer, I'm like, Dud! He's like, Dad, calm down. It's this button. So in the calmest storm, I'm going into war. The toughest soldier I'm taking, Jordan, not even close. Corey, warrior. If I say to him, shoot at that hoop, and I forget, 3 days later, he's at the hoop shooting. That consistent, dogmatic, go, annoying at times is something so inbred in these guys that I now look for them for leadership.
I want to bring Jordan on. I need to bring him on because I want him to add on to that. So Alicia, hang on. We're just going to flip to Jordan real quick. Jordan, your dad was talking about how you've been through a little trial and tribulation during your university years, and you picked where you are right now. Tell us a little bit about what you went through and how it brought you where you are right now.
Well, definitely going into college, like a lot of people, you don't exactly know what you're doing, and you're expected to make all of these huge life-changing decisions when you're 17, 18, 19. Mm-hmm. And I went in and didn't exactly I knew what I wanted to do later in life, but I didn't necessarily know how to get there.
Right.
And it was definitely some ups and downs. Most definitely just trying to figure out kind of where I fit and what I wanted to do. And I joined a fraternity, and I ended up becoming
like Animal House.
Most definitely.
I heard you had a little fun last night. That's why I figured I'd throw that in.
Yeah, but we're here.
we are.
Good Lord. But I was the health and safety, so the risk chair, and then I just finished up my stint as the vice president. And that actually taught me a lot, because at a time of uncertainty and just not knowing what to do, sometimes waking up in the morning and setting goals and just thinking to myself, you know what, I want to do this. I want to be a leader within this fraternity and in this community and at this college. So and
you're showing leadership skills. And again, that comes from how you were raised.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah.
I attribute a lot of what I have, as I said, to my parents and even my little brother. I know, like, I can kind of hear them. I don't know if they can hear me, but sometimes I'll go off the rails, and it's every once in a blue moon. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I don't know who to talk to. I don't know where to go. And I'll call up my little brother, and he always answers. He's like, "What's up?" And he knows it's serious if it's a phone call, because we always FaceTime. If it's a phone call, "What's going on, big man?" And we'll sit down and we'll talk about everything. And he's always been my rock, even though when we were little kids, we didn't get along so well. We loved to fight when we were younger, but now we got each other.
Good, and that's important. That brotherly connection is you can't beat it, because now as you guys get older, you're always going to be there for each other, and that's the thing that your parents that probably makes them more happy than anything, because you're going to build your family, he's going to build his family, and then over time, the values and the core that you guys had growing up, it trickles down to what will be your families. And that's good stuff. I want to bring your parents back on, so just hang with me, okay? All right. A lot of good things were said about you, and I mean, if you would have heard it, Steve, you would have had a tear in your eye, and how much your son thinks about you guys. And Corey too, you would have been crying like a little baby, because your brother loves you to death, and we were just talking about how, you guys as brothers, you got each other's back. Okay, maybe growing up you were like butting heads, but you built that bond that can't be broken. Now, is he telling the truth or what?
No, he is. We definitely butted heads though, but no, we have a great relationship now, and that's my guy.
Yeah, good. That all comes down to, I'm going to bypass Steve. That all comes down to Alicia. Alicia, you are the rock. You are the foundation of the Hess family, and there's no question about that. So, your sons are doing great things. You have one son that's going to be graduating. You have one son that's playing ball now, and who knows? Maybe he goes to the Nuggets. Who knows? I don't know what's going to happen. Somebody has connections in that family. I don't know. So, but tell me, how you feel about everything at this point?
My family is my world. Absolutely. I love my boys. I love my boys more than anything. They are, that's the end result of a lot of love, devotion, sacrifice, hard work. And I think they are amazing. They were great kids. I'm sure Jordan probably told you I screamed a lot. So,
he didn't throw you under the bus. Okay. Oh. He didn't throw you under the bus. Not yet, but I'm going to bring that up for them.
I just did. So, I mean, look, they heard a lot of screaming growing up, but, they have grown into amazing, amazing young men. And I am so blessed. And,
but I have to ask both of you, knowing how the bond that your sons have made that'll last for the rest of their days, what the foundation, that core that you laid out, that is going to trickle down to their kids and then their kids' kids. How does that make you guys feel? If take a step back, how does it make you guys feel knowing that what you did impacted, it's going to impact generations of the Hesses? And it all started with you two. Take a step back and let me know how you feel about that.
So if I, one of the, my son got a, Corey, Jordan first got a tattoo, and then Corey got a tattoo, and he got his tattoo FOE, which is family over everything. These are big time choices they had to make on something that meant a lot to them, because otherwise we wouldn't allow this to happen. But these are young men, and if they have a good reason to get or do certain things, they're accountable, but we'd allow them to be men. Here's the thing, and out of my eyes, I'm just letting you know, I've done a lot of shit wrong, and I choose my way carefully because I want to do everything right moving forward, but I'm still going to do a lot of shit wrong. One thing is that that I've seen, I do, and I can just speak for myself from inside my heart, have an unconditional love for my family, that I will try and do everything in the best of my capacity at the time. But that really means for nothing how they respond. When they genuinely give love back to me, unselfish, where like I'll be standing there and my son will just put his arm around me, I'm like, holy shit. Or I'll be in the kitchen and Jordan will come down and have a conversation educating me what's the importance of being a Democrat. I'm like, holy shit. Or I'm standing in the kitchen watching them all together, and I'm like, holy shit, it's like Zen. And here's the cool thing. We still got so much more left to do to create that legacy. So it's like what you've done. We haven't even touched close to what I want to look to do for them to carry on down. But what I'm saying is, and I give a lot of credit to Alicia and the two boys, the family unit through loyalty, moral standing that they have created, tough to break. So we can go through a lot of shit, and we can take a lot of shit, and we're going to bounce back. And there's a lot of stuff we could do, but we're going to hang in together. And how do I know? Because we have. Because there have been some specific situations. A lot of times people are like, oh my God, you guys live in this like clouds and freaking candy floss world. Oh, hell no. We've been through some shit, but all it did, learn a lesson, pulled in tight, rock out through, because quitting within us, not an option.
And before I go to you, Alicia, people are listening and watching this. They're thinking, I'm bringing on Steve Hess. We're going to talk about basketball and all this stuff. I'm not interested in basketball. We've done a show before, had you on, talked about a lot of what you've done with the Denver Nuggets and everything. Right now, having you on is about the Hess family, okay? And for me, that's a more important story because this is the backdrop to what made you have the ability to be who you are and who you're becoming. Because, Steve, you're still evolving. You had an evolution when you retired from the Nuggets. When they went and they did something ridiculous for you, I don't know. I mean, they were going to put your face in a coin, the Denver Nuggets coin. What did they do? What did they do for you that people don't know about? Because I know big thing with the Nuggets, big thing with the NBA. Got a lot of big things going on.
So they are unbelievably blessed. The Denver Nugget organization. And
I'll just go like this, Joe, so people can see this again.
I love that.
I'll keep going like this.
This is my only interview for life. So, again, the Denver Nugget organization, from the owner, Stan Kroenke, all the way down, have been nothing but an unbelievable first-class organization, imperative in everything I've done, always supported me, all the way until, when I decided to take on another journey. They humbly named the weight room after me, and at halftime when we played the Detroit Pistons, did a whole event where they presented me like a plaque to that weight room. Again, and I said this before, to see your name on a building and you didn't have to pay for that building is unbelievable.
But you paid with your blood, sweat, and tears, and the impact that you've had. And you won't say this stuff, but I got to say it. The impact you've had, and I've seen it on player after player after player. Even if they go and they get traded to another team, they know Steve Hess. They know what you've done. They still take that training and do stuff. And I'm going to say this, and I don't want to blow your head up because, you know, your wife and your kid, they're like going like this now. You know, they get pushed aside. And Jordan's like, his head's going back because that balloon's growing. But, you know, the one thing I can say is that many years ago, when you and I first met, okay, I saw something you were doing, and you were utilizing bands. And if anyone knows me, I'm a huge proponent of that because of you, because I had a slight injury and it was hard for me to do things, and I started incorporating bands, and I said, all right, let me do more. And every workout I'm doing band work, whether it's putting it, using additional resistance on a weight, all that stuff. But this is the impact that Steve Hess has on people. And you having that impact, and I'm just praising you in that respect because people don't know this, and I think they should know this. Alicia's the one that lays it out, that allows you to do all this stuff, and I just have to give you your props from their due, and that's what I'm doing.
So I
don't
guess
cry,
you know
don't
what?
cry, take it easy. Don't
No,
cry.
I'm not. I'm really appreciative, but you know what? The whole thing is, we do what we do to impact other people without getting the credit. So I'm going to impart my knowledge base from a standing of where I'm coming from. So I have a perspective or a view, and if I'm ethical and moral in projecting on what it is I want, that's all I can do. So if I do whatever I can, that's all I can do. And if you're in this field and you legitimately about people, and they tell you that, you change the way I look at resistance training. That's what it's about. Mm-hmm. When your son says, my dad woke me up at 4:30 and it impacted the way I wake up or work out, that's what it's about. Yeah. Or training me up the other day, just want to thank you. I used one of your tools, which I thought was stupid. I'm like, hell yeah. Or another trainer said to me 2 days ago, this is the best exercise. Congratulated on not my exercise. Yeah. I'm giving you what I've got it. Nothing's unique. But when someone hits you, that's why we do it. There's no amount of money. Here's the other thing too. There's no amount of money on the planet, besides maybe 100 million, that could ever make you feel better than when someone close to you says to you, thank you. You helped me improve.
And you talked about legacy for your family. Legacy is the things you do that last beyond you. And what you've done in sports and everything, that is going to last beyond you. You got your name on a weight room. I mean, come on, man. Okay. But the lives that you impacted, because all these players throughout, I mean, you were with the Nuggets for a long time. These players, one after another, no matter where they are, whether they're retired, whatever the case may be, you say Steve Hess, they have something good to say about you. And they say Alicia keeps them in check. And I know that. I know they know this, okay?
Continuously.
All right. You know, and you've come back from some injuries too. You know, I remember years ago you hurt your shoulder. That's when when we're at the Garden and you were like, oh, I can't talk to you. I'm busy. I'm too busy for you, Lou. I said, oh, damn. And you left me with some 18-foot giant. I was like, what the? I don't know what. But no, but you came through some injuries that could have sidelined you permanently. Okay. And how did that impact you?
You know exactly what Corey told you. That's a belief within me. There's nothing. When I got injured and it was what it was. I mean, like people are like, oh, it's kind of a wrap, and I'm like, brilliant. Please underestimate me. And I'm not one of those who's like, I'm fueled by the haters, because I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed to, I have the universe treats me unbelievably well. But here's the one thing: everything just becomes an intrinsic challenge. Right. So it's not like I'm going to show him or her, or I'm like, no, I'm going to show me. What can I achieve? And I look at the positive of the negative. So here's the brilliant thing about getting injured. Oh my gosh. Once you get through the acute stage, the progression of improvement is daily.
And it's a mindset.
Hell yeah. I could try new shit out. Did it work? Didn't on the day. And as I'm progressing, I'm like, I'm writing a book. How I'm going to help someone else come back from this injury. This is how my body reacts if I go 2 days. This is if I take 2 days off. This is if I carb deplete, carb load. If I throw in proteins. What if I bring in my fats? How do I use this? How do I use this on my son? He's my first guinea pig. Am I shut down?
He got you as a guinea pig. He's making sure. Yeah, but you do it. You lead by example.
100%. I will never ask anyone in my family to do what I haven't done. Never, ever.
But then at least you have to hear, it's like you're telling me we're talking about all the positive, but when something like that happens, Alicia, you know at that moment that he's hitting a brick wall, okay, and he's going to be emotionally, little off the chains for that moment. He looks to you to ground him, to say, hey, it's going to be okay. Hey, you're tougher than that. Hey, you can get through this. You're a Hess. You can break through this. Look at what you've done. Shut up and get up. And, I don't want to get up. No, you yell at him, get up and get going. That's what you do. So how does that, how do you deal with that?
Well, sometimes I feel like I'm a little bit of a Pollyanna because, and I know my family will say the same thing. Sometimes I feel like I'm so positive that they want to be like, simmer down. We're done with all that. We don't want to hear, how it's all going to be okay and we're going to be fine and you're going to be fine. But it's how I feel. I truly believe that it will all, no matter what happens with Steve, we'll be fine. He'll be fine.
But you have to talk him off the ledge sometimes.
It is, and I get a lot of choice words.
He's busting out that Zimbabwe stuff, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's what we are all figures in check because we're being interviewed here, so we are putting a golden wrapper around the candy. Let me tell you, just keep it real. I'm sensitive. I'm really I'm nuts, and like when I lose my shit, I don't kind of lose my shit. I am nuts. And Alicia's ability to talk me down, just because I'm a huge believer in you're one thing or another. I'm straight up atomic energy, and I'm either going to create light or I'm going to blow shit up. Mm-hmm. So a lot of times, again, she's like, "Well, we work shit out," but there are times where it's not pretty. Mm-hmm. But we've made that choice. And then we made the choice to say we don't necessarily want to take the easy way out. We don't want to be given anything.
Look, you're getting all that. Your camera's going all over the place because you're getting excited.
All right, so we don't want to be given anything. We will work for whatever we want.
Right.
But sometimes, like if I strap the load on my back, it wears me down. Alicia will help pull it off. Then it wears her down. Corey will help pull it off. Brilliant example. We had to put a dog down. 15 years. How sad could that be? Yeah. I'm like, cool, Mom can handle it. He's like, nah, Dad, we can't roll like that. We're euthanizing the dog at the house. You got to roll home. What are you talking? My guy, I'm telling you, listen, Alicia and me balling. I'm talking like a kid with my thumb in my mouth.
But that's your family, man.
I pulled out. Other stupid shit became important. He checked me. And then the one saying, yo, everyone calm down. We got this. Him. He's the man. And he's like, yeah, like it's insane. This is what I'm saying. We all help each other. No one's greater than the system. Right now, I've had a little bit of a lead. And there's situations where I look to my squad, and especially because I spent a ton of time with Corey, there's specific questions I'll ask just him because I know I'm going to get an honest answer. And the same with Jordan, because if I go to Alicia, she's still trying to make it right. They're not.
But let me tell you something, and I can see this with Alicia. In the beginning when you were like that, she was like, "What the fuck? What did I get involved in?" But then I'm gonna assume after year 5, as you're blowing up, going crazy, she's sitting there and she's like, "Are you done yet? Are you done?" I can see it. But I want to bring Jordan on real quick because he's been patient. I want to bring him on, and I want to talk about what we just spoken about. Jordan, your parents are talking about the time you had to go and put down your dog and how you guys came together. You want to talk about that a little bit?
Most definitely. So I was at college And my little brother was actually the one that calls me. He's like, "Hey man, just want to let you know this could be going down today." I'm like, "Are you kidding me?" He's like, "No, like this is probably gonna happen today." So I'm like, all right, man. And I couldn't be there for it. I was running down to jump in my car and get out of there. And I was like, "Man, do you need me down there?" And he's like, "Buddy, I got this." Mm-hmm. And that's what got me, because I mean, you can ask my dad about this one. Mm-hmm. That's what I always say. That's like, he stole that from me. I'm always like, you know what? The world could be burning down. And I'm like, we got this. We're okay. Even if we totally don't, we got this. And when he told me that, I was just like, "Oh, man, I know you got this. You're good, little man. I got you."
And that shows the bond between your family, you know, and your mom and your father they were just talking so highly about you and what you've done and what you're doing, you know, and I told them exactly what you were saying. And I think that just how you're raised is I've seen it over the years. And the thing is, we haven't done this, but I've seen the progression, because your father is super proud, your mom's super proud. I see the pictures, I see this stuff, prom, this, Hess go, Hess 101, whatever it is, Hess on tap. That's what she has.
Kaboom.
Yeah, the kaboom, the kaboom factor, you know. And the thing is that, you know, when you have parents that are like that, that has to make your job, I'm not going to say harder, I'm going to say probably that more tolerable, because you know, no matter what you're dealing with in life, what do you say?
We got this, baby.
That's it. That's all. That's all. All right, I'm going to bring Corey back on. So hang on with me, Jordan. All right. All right, Corey. Let's talk about the I got this. You got this. I heard you got this. I don't know what you got, but I heard you got this.
Oh man.
Put you on the spot when I got this. Okay.
I got this. You know, I think that's just our mindset. I got this.
Well, should we make a sign, Hess, I got this? You know, I mean, that'd be we can make T-shirts. Kaboom. I'll wear the kaboom.
Kaboom. I got this. Kaboom.
Kaboom.
I mean, I think that's our mindset. You know, kind of going back to what I said during the injury. When my dad said about his injuries too, is quitting for us. It's never been an option. So whatever's thrown our way, you know, we got this. I got this. We got this. It's just the belief factor we have, and I feel like that's the reason why we're able to do some of the things we're able to do.
Well, look, I think you guys have been raised right. You know, Steve, Alicia, what you guys have done. You know, again, I always praise when I see parents really, you know, bring up their kids in a way that may be unconventional, but God, you know, you bring that unity so that as they grow up, they're bringing that down to whoever they're with, and then their kids, and so on and so forth. And that's your legacy. That's what I'm saying. You know, get a sign, Hess, we got this, and that way they take that to school. When they get married, they put that on their front door. Their kids, they get little T-shirts, get little bibs. We got this, you know, and do that type of thing, you know, because the bottom line is what you guys represent to me is that family unity that I wish we saw more of, because I think as you know, not to get, you know, crazy, but as a country, with everything that's going on right now, if we had more of this stuff, we wouldn't have more of the nonsense, I believe. You know, so Alicia, you know, I'm gonna come to you real quick. Tell me what it is that you got going on, because this man right here is around you all the time now, okay? And how do you deal with it? Mr. Kaboom.
The funny thing is, so we've been married for 27 years. So for 21 of those years, he was never around. He was always on the road. So you know what? I'll embrace these times that he's here, because this is like the first time that we've really been together. And I will not lie. When he did that job switch, I thought, how is this going to work? Now we're going to be together all the time, and we haven't been together. Are we still going to be able to, make this whole marriage work? And it's better. It's better than it ever has been.
So I'm going to say one thing. I get 100 texts a day. I get 6. I get 6 of those texts from Alicia. Ask her what those texts say.
Okay, that's not true.
Ask her what the text says.
So
what do the texts say, Alicia?
I usually ask him because we live together, so I'm his lifting partner. So I just am inquiring what time we're lifting, just so I can manage the rest of the day.
So she's so into this right now. She's going to own personal trainer 24/7, and she won't leave me alone.
Yeah, well, you know what? You get free training. It works out. And talk. I love it. But talking about training, because I do want to get into something business-wise. You're with Panorama, right?
Yes, sir.
You're working with them now. You're the director, the head honcho, the guy, the man, the myth. You're making things happen over there, shaking up Colorado from border to border. Okay, what do you that transition with them? Tell me a little bit about what they're doing and what you're doing with them.
Oh, so unbelievable opportunity. Panorama Orthopedic and Spine Center. I'm Chief Performance Officer. They're an orthopedic group of 45 of the best orthopedic surgeons on the planet. They're the biggest independently physician-owned orthopedic group in the Rocky Mountain region. Each of the orthopods have their own specialty. Shoulders, hands, where I had my surgery done, where Corey had his. Best outcomes I've ever seen. Lived it. Believe in it. This unbelievable group has empowered me to run the wellness facility. So it's Panorama Wellness and Sports Facility. I'm the director of that. So with their input all the time, they're the red engine that runs us. We integrate physical therapy, physician-utilized stem cells. We utilize PRP, surgeries. Everyone's discussed as one unit. The most incredible thing. And then within our Panorama Wellness and Sports Institute, we've created these entities that are going to become world-renowned. They're on their way. A corporate performance concept that we've been running for 3 years and have thousands of data points of the most unbelievable corporations and individuals, but we've affected their lives. Mm-hmm. Same with our performance program, performance recovery optimization. Our coaching program for individuals, people call it personal training. We don't. It's life-changing because our trainers are not trainers. These are the most special coaches on the planet, directed by a director of performance, Corey Townsend. This lady, unbelievable. We're out there changing lives, and here's why. Because we're about the lives, not the hype, not the money, none of that. If that comes, we don't care.
That's the easy part of everything. The hard work is what you guys do. And I'm glad you brought up the thing with trainers, because you have trainers that are trainers and gyms and everything else. They go learn on the computer, and all of a sudden they're training people. I've seen a big issue with that because they don't have the skill sets. You may know how to work out, but doesn't mean you can go train someone. You can go play football, doesn't mean you can be a coach. You can be the best at what you are, doesn't mean that you can teach someone. So that's a different area of things. So when you care about your client, and it's not about the money, okay, because the money's the easy part, and you care about them, you'll have more impact than not. Okay, so go ahead.
These are trainers.
I know. Man. I see. Yeah. Your dog's roaming around, and that's all good. That's Jordan's dog too, right?
You'll see him. He'll be on the show.
We're gonna bring him up. We're gonna bring that dog on with Jordan, maybe. Again.
Here's the other thing too, man. These coaches, listen, I'm not even lying. 98% of the time, I cannot wait to go to work because they understand the why of everything they're doing. Mm-hmm. So I spend 16 hours a day while I'm training my people, looking over, saying, hell yeah. And then they come up to me, Steve, why would you do this? This is we're a team. We are not trainers. We are 12 individuals in this entity that can interchange on a dime. Mm-hmm. I can take anyone's client, any class. We all got our specialty. We are so good together that when someone comes in, I'm like, you're in trouble. You will never leave. You will be here for the rest of your life. Why? Because we really give a shit. And if we don't know the way, we'll find the way. We won't pretend we know the way.
And it's not a matter. See, it's not a matter of, oh my God, this is my client. You go talk to my client. You can steal my client. Oh my God, I'm not going to get paid. That's the mindset that I've seen. And I have friends that are trainers, but I'm just saying the truth, that you worry about that because that's your livelihood. But what you do, you're changing how that works, and it should be changed. And I'm glad you guys are doing that, because you have people that have passion for wellness, for health, for fitness, but when they're making money from it, they have to worry about their client roster and whether they're going to keep them or not. And there's one simple way to keep them, and you have the secret sauce. You have the recipe. You have that like the KFC, the 7 spices in the safe type of deal. So if you had to give these people any advice, what advice would you give them?
Simple. You have to understand the journey you're taking is your journey. So say you looked at Alyssa, say, I want to be long and lean. I'm going to run into her. You better make sure she knows how to train you. You come and see me. A little shorter, a little big in stature. My dog agrees with me 1,000%. Training your body. Yo, Tyson, training your body.
He wants to come on the show. I know that, And Corey can bring him on the show. That's fine. We love dogs. We love dogs. But for you guys watching the show here, this right here is about family. This is the Hess family. They have dogs. They may have a parakeet or a squirrel too. I don't know, but this is the family, and this is what matters. In the whole scope of things, this is what matters, and this is what you guys have. I love that dog.
Dog. So
that's not Jordan's dog, is it?
Whoa, you want to see Jordan's dog? Maybe a warm, though.
Oh, he may start ripping down, knocking the computer over and stuff. Yeah, probably. Jordan's shaking his head. Yep. So, so now what we're going to do here, I'm going to go to each of you. Okay, I'm going to start with Jordan because he's been hanging out in the back, and I'm going to have one simple question. You guys are going to have a chance to think about it. If you had to leave anyone, just based on our conversation today, with some final words, I want you to think about those final words in pertaining to, where you are and what final words you can share with someone that may help them or may enlighten them in some way. So I'm going to go to Jordan first. Jordan, you heard the question, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, tell me what your final words would be to someone based on how your family is, and maybe it'll help them because it impacted you that much.
So this is going to be I'm okay to swear, right? I'm not going to get kicked off the show?
No, you're not going to get kicked off the show. Don't worry. I don't kick off Hesses.
I was like, I'm just making sure, because this is one of my favorite books of all time, is the Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. And I feel like my family has really echoed this, but this is one of the best ways I've ever seen kind of what they've taught me put into words. You are defined by what you are willing to struggle for. And you and everyone are going to be dead soon. And in that short amount of time between here and there, you have a limited amount of fucks to give. Very few, in fact. And if you go around giving a fuck about everything and everyone without conscious thought or choice, well, then you're going to get fucked.
Well, now I'm going to go. Thanks for that. Well, I don't know if we're going to bring your dog on, Jordan, but hang out with me, because I got to get these words from your brother and your parents. Hang on. All right. You guys got the question. I don't know if you heard Jordan, but it was pretty well, it made me think a little bit. But now let's start with you. Let me start with Corey. Corey, tell me final words.
All right, I got two things. I feel like first, with our family, what they kind of instilled in me is a belief. I have a belief in God, and I'm blessed to be in the situation that I'm in, but also just a belief in yourself and a belief in the people around you and the loved ones around you. I feel like with that, you can really accomplish anything you set your mind to, and that belief thing is so powerful. And then my second thing, and probably most important, is just for me and for our whole family, just loyalty. I got it tattooed on my arm. It's family over everything. And I believe no matter what, family never changes on you. Family never switches up. And you can have people come in your life and then leave your life, but I feel like family's always there. Family's your biggest supporter. So I feel like family really is the most important thing. And I feel like we've done a great job in incorporating that. And I feel like that's why we're all so close. And I feel like we all are each other's biggest supporters. And we're all super loyal to each other. So when in doubt, if there's ever a problem or if we ever need anybody, we're the first people we'll go to. So I believe belief and family are some of the two biggest things ever.
Love it, because you guys got this. Now, sure. I'm gonna go. I'm leaving you last, Alicia, because you're the matriarch of this whole Hess clan. Steve, final words.
So live an authentic life filled with love, and you have to. This is the most important thing ever in life. You have to find a way to have fun.
Okay, that was quick. You're quicker than your kids, But they had a lot. But the thing is, they had a lot to say. Alicia, you're gonna close us out. Final words.
That's a lot of pressure. I feel that you know what? It's not about me. It's about the family. So you have to be unselfish, and you have to look to them first. And because if you're trying to do this selfishly, it's not going to work, not even a little bit. And I feel also you have to practice what you preach. So I can't tell Corey, get up at 4:30 in the morning and go work out if we're not going to do it. So you got to set an example for your family and for your kids. And then I think you also have to love unconditionally, because they are, as Corey said also, I mean, we are each other's biggest supporters, and you have to support and love unconditionally, because these guys essentially at the end of the day are all I have. And
the thing is that they're all you have, but you have Steve too. He's good. He's there, but but and I appreciate everyone's final thoughts, because I think it's important, because this is not just a Steve show. It's the Hess show. It's about the family, and this is a point I wanted to drive home. Okay, we talked about the Nuggets just a wee bit. We talked about Panorama, and I think anyone that's listening to the show, if you want to, the facility is like 55,000 square feet or something. Is huge. It's crazy, and the way they train people, I got to say, they do it the right way, because these aren't trainers. They're not little personal trainers. They're coaches. And that transcends to life too. It's not just about the fitness. It's the mental. It's the physical. You have NFL players that like Russell Wilson. It was revealed the other day that he spends $1 million on his mental health and his physical health and everything else. And James Harrison with the Steelers, before he retired, every year he spent hundreds of thousands on that. Okay, you guys are doing this in a way that makes it cost effective for people to actually, and they have the ability to bond at the facility. So I wanted to throw that out there, because I think that's very important. And with that said, I want to thank you guys for coming on, and this was a great show. And we're going to do some more stuff later on, because your kids are going to grow up and they're going to be doing some amazing things. I know Jordan's going to be a big CEO in some huge company. He's going to be taking over stuff. He's going to be the Agra King. Okay, and Corey may be he may be NBA bound. We don't know, because look, you have connections. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe the Nuggets need some help. Everybody needs help, right? But anyway, before we go, if you guys want, just give your information, website, and I'll start with Jordan if he wants to go and give a little information. Then I'm going to come back to you guys. Jordan, you connect with people and everything. You're going to be doing stuff. You have kids that are that are graduating university, they're starting their lives, and maybe you can inspire them. Maybe they want to reach out to you. I don't know. But if you want to give your social media information, feel free.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm probably on my Instagram and my Twitter the most. My Instagram is Jordy, JORDY_Hess7. And I got to see my Twitter. I think my Twitter is something stupid, so bear with me.
Oh.
Yep, definitely something stupid. Great. This is J_Nizzle_Hess.
Okay, yeah, that's really stupid. Yeah. All right. So yeah, if anyone wants to follow, Jordan, be motivated by his and follow his journey, because his journey is just beginning. Jordan, thanks for coming on the show. Just hang on with us. Okay, now website, social media. Let's start with Corey. Your brother gave his information. Corey, how can? Well, I was going to say something. I'm not going to say it. But how can people follow you, find out more about you, and kids in your position be inspired or motivated by what you're doing?
So my Instagram is at Corey.Hess, KOREY.HESS. But also I have a clothing brand called Hibachi Family that really focuses on bringing a collective group of individuals together, and just all chasing their dreams and chasing their goals.
And you're just telling us this now? We've done this whole show, and you're just bringing it up now. Hibachi?
I know.
Who doesn't like hibachi?
Yeah.
But
it's called Hibachi Family. The Instagram is at Hibachi, HIBACHI Family, all one word. And the website is hbfbrand.com.
Okay.
And like I said, I started this up just to focus on, having a group of family, group of individuals all chase their goal. And it's really just bringing people together and having this family atmosphere too. Some of the things we were preaching. Well, so those are my two big focus.
No, I love it. And I wish we would have spoke about this earlier. But I tell you this much, Corey, because of what you're doing, what's going to happen is that I'm going to bring you on yourself, and we're going to talk about what you're doing, because I think you have young people, entrepreneurs that are doing things, and they could be inspired by what you're doing. Okay, Hibachi, check them out. Steve, talk to me.
Okay, greatness happens at 1060 Plaza Drive, Highlands Ranch. Panorama Wellness Sports Institute. If you come in and you 5'5", we will make you 7 feet. If you can't shoot a basketball, we will change that now. Magic happens within a realm. I still can't shoot. Love basketball. My Insta is Steve13 Hess. You will be inspired by the kabooms. My Twitter is Steve Hess1. The website for my unbelievable facility is Panorama Wellness and Sports Institute. Get on there. You'll see motivational videos. I cannot tell you. Once you walk in, you'll understand why we say we do what we do, because it's all about you. Damn. Thank you for that commercial.
Love it. Hey, yeah, kaboom. You're like Crazy Eddie for a second. All right. Alicia, close us out now and just give us, your Instagram and all that other fun stuff.
Well, if you want to see a lot of dog pictures.
We love dogs. We love dogs. We love dogs. Dogs and your kids. I get it.
Right, exactly. It's at Crazy Hess, CraziHess.
Okay.
That's
cool. That's fantastic.
And she's not going to follow you on Facebook.
No,
and she won't block you, so be careful.
Yeah, Facebook is so passé anyway, right? Anyway, guys, thank you for sharing your story, and we have to do this again. I love you guys, and just keep doing the awesome thing. Take care of Jordan's dog, because Jordy's there. My dog. He was getting a little nervous, and he's in the room. He's getting a little nervous. I don't know. But you know what? Family is what it's about. You guys represent that. Corey, I'm going to bring you on another time, okay? We're going to talk more about hibachi, okay? You guys enjoy. Thank you so much. Stay with me. And for all the viewers and listeners, I appreciate you spending time with us and hearing about the Hesses. I think it's so important. And stay tuned and join us for the next show. We're going to have some more inspirational guests on, and it's going to be pretty cool. Thank you so much.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
You're listening to UCW Radio in your face.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.